What's up, guys? So this video was supposed to be up on Friday, but last week just was horrible. So busy doing other things that I didn't actually get a chance to make any videos at all, and so I'm going to be making two today. I've got this one, and I got another one that I'll be making a little bit later on. But this video is part of the intro pack, and similar to the last one, which dealt with eye color, this one also deals with a physical feature of your body, that is your hair color. And just like the eye color one, this one is also sort of embedded in your DNA, because there are chromosomes and stuff that determine what color your hair will actually be, and therefore has an actual scientific connection as far as researchers are concerned, as to how it influences personalities and behaviors and stuff. So I'm going to get straight into this. For this video though, I'm only looking at the four main classifications of hair color, so blonde, redhead, brunette, and black. But I will say, before we get too far into this, that dyeing your hair, even if it's like, you know, bright blue or green or pink or something, does actually can actually make you feel like a different person. So dyeing your hair a different color, or bleaching it or whatever, can actually make you act in a slightly different way because you feel like a different person. I'll sort of get into that a little bit more at the end of the video, but yeah, for right now, let's get straight into this. Okay, so I've done a little bit of research here. I've got a list of things on this page here, relating to the different hair colors and stuff. I will go through these in a moment, sort of double check that they are what the website is that I've got up saying. But yeah, for the most part, the sites that I used tend to say the same sort of thing, so I find it to be very reliable information. So we're going to start off with red hair. So there was a belief that red hair was given to us by Neanderthals, but science has shown that this is actually the result of a mutation in chromosome 16, which is, I believe, the one responsible for our hair color. It's been represented in artworks by Michelangelo, and is still scrutinized today, and it's always had sort of a significant standing in society. In Europe, red hair is valued and respected. Nearly 10% of people in Scotland and England have that colour. Obviously, Scotland, England, Ireland, leprechauns always have red hair. It has been seen in Pakistan and some regions of Asia, though very rarely. Obviously, there's all the bullying with like gingers and calling them rangers because they look like orangutans with the colour of their hair, which some consider as racist remarks, despite the fact that gingers are not a race. But it I guess sort of fits into that in a way. In Germany, red hair represents the devil. Women with red hair and green eyes were always associated with witchcraft, according to German folklore, and also considered demonic or evil. I believe it's the same in ancient Greek culture as well. was that red hair was related to the devil, and having green eyes as well was witchcraft. Personality traits of people with red hair, they can be, and let's just have a look, see if we've got these on here. Mysterious is not on my list, but they can be mysterious, romantic, passionate, alluring, and fiery. Passionate's on here. What else have we got? I think romantic's on there as well. Yeah. People with red hair tend to have different personalities. Explosive, bad-tempered, opinionated, seductive, or sexually promiscuous are some other traits seen in people with this hair color. And such individuals have increased level of excitement on account of the lower anti-stress hormone levels. So you can sort of take that however you like. But yeah, that sort of says that they get a little bit more stressed than everyone else. Other words that have been used to describe redheads are energetic, not so much attention seeking, but like they need attention to, you know, it's sort of like an insecurity, I guess. Like they need attention. They need to be seen. Obviously, impatient goes along with their hot temper. They are, however, driven and like motivated and stuff, but they have trouble focusing. They can be easily distracted. They are explosive. They are creative. They are explosive. That's already been said. But they're also very creative people. Tend to be outspoken and can often be, even though most people, if they had to hire based on hair color alone, would not necessarily hire someone with red hair. If they did, those people would generally end up being people in leadership roles where they need to be quick thinkers and stuff, which are also on here. And then, of course, there's the whole point, or the whole fact of the matter, that if you have red hair, you're more likely to be more sensitive to things like being sunburnt, as well as it's been found that red hair people are also more susceptible to pain and have like a lower pain threshold than pretty much everybody else. So yeah, that's red hair. Blonde hair is a very rare hair color globally, occurring naturally only in Northern Europe and America. However, it's also been seen in nearly 5 to 10% of the indigenous populations of the Solomon Islands in the South Pacific, where the inhabitants predominantly are very dark-skinned. Until recently, it was assumed that the hair color was the result of a gene flow trait passed on by ancient traders and travelers who visited different countries centuries ago, but it's now been established that a single gene is responsible for that, though the natives of the Solomon Islands also attribute their blonde hair to a diet rich in fish as well as sun exposure. Females with blonde hair are generally high maintenance. You can interpret that how you will. A survey has shown that the divorce rate is also higher with people with blonde hair. Blonde hair is perceived to be feminine, youthful, naive, and obedient. So obviously men tend to prefer blondes. Other things that blondes can be, they are also energetic and outspoken, but they can also they also tend to be more jealous than other people. They can be calculating, anxious, but they are independent and opinionated and stubborn. In a weird sort of paradox, some people see them as kind of being a little bit boring and like monotonous, while others see them as being very playful and sexy. But they can also be seen as like uptight and snobbish as well. So yeah. Moving on to the two that are probably closest to my hair color. So we've got brunette and black hair. So brunettes predominantly seen in Asia, South America, and Africa. This hair color is considered exotic in Europe, just like blondes and redheads are in the remaining part of the world. In a study conducted on a girl who visited a nightclub 3 times with her hair colour changed from red, blonde and brunette each time. Most men said that they found him most appealing, attractive, approachable, dependable and seemingly better at relationships as a brunette. Personality traits of brunette hair colour. Okay, before I get into this, because just reading that first sentence brings to mind a fact. Brunettes and black hair is what makes up the majority of hair colours. So obviously the majority of people that have done things is gonna, because this starts off with the majority of Nobel Prize winners are brunettes. The majority of people are brunettes. However, they are very hardworking people, but they are also likely to give up at times. They are more serious and tend to form long-term relationships. The likelihood of going bald is higher with brunette hair colour, and the likelihood of being addicted to nicotine is more likely. Brunettes also tend to be down to earth. They are also independent, strong. Now I read this as strong emotionally, not so much physically, because that really just depends on exercise. So strong emotionally, trustworthy, reliable. They can be persistent to the point of being stubborn. They're hardworking, responsible, seen as smart, very balanced. They tend to stress less, they're efficient, and they are probably the most real people you'll meet. But again, brunettes and blacks make up like the majority of hair colours, so that doesn't really, say too much. And then the last one, black hair. Just as men prefer blondes, women are known to prefer men with black hair. Deep, introspective and meditative, this personality type is serious and melancholic. Darker the hair, the more likely one is to develop non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. This is due to certain DNA coding that increases the risk of that disease. And black-haired people are interested in religion, poetry and spirituality. They are serious and self-centered, but also tend to have self-doubt. They make great shrinks and therapists. And science has now proven that complexion as well as hair colour actually influences our blood pressure. So if you colour your hair with a shade other than your natural colour, you will likely influence your behaviour and, after a while, even adopt the stereotypes associated with it, which is what I said before. Other personality types that go with the black hair is that they tend to also be very mysterious, dark and brooding like their hair colour. They tend to have low self-confidence, which is what's their self-doubt. They are sensitive, not in the same way as redheads. They're more sensitive emotionally, whereas redheads are more sensitive physically. But people with black hair tend to be able to put on a brave face, which is where the serious and self-centered part sort of comes across to sort of hide that sensitivity. They are deep, they are very good with finances, apparently. They can be very self-aware and sort of able to look inside themselves to find answers to problems they have. They sort of look more at the big picture, and despite being tending to be more popular, they are also less likely to want to go out. They're more comfortable staying at home and being housebodies. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know if you were able to relate to that according to your hair colour. You can follow my social media in the links down below. I'll also try to leave links to the websites I used to find out all this information, so you can check that out for yourself as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are alerted when I upload a new video. And until next time guys, night to A2, and I'll check you all later.